Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing okay. Today, I'm going to be talking about something very important, and that is how to create professional looking courses. All right, so I know this sounds crazy, but when I first started off, one of the things that really held me back was the fact that I could not publish my courses because I did not like the way they looked. And this is mainly because the way I produced them, the sound wasn't right, or I didn't like me listening to myself. I also didn't like the way I looked on camera. So there's a lot of factors, but I'm going to help you go through the things that you're going to need in order for you to produce professional looking courses. All right, so let's start off with number one. When it comes to courses, you've got to make sure that your microphone is great, because you can imagine, let's say your course is about 10 hours long or it's 5 hours long. Listening to audio that is not great, for me personally, is a put off, and I'm sure it's a put off for a lot of people. So you need to make sure that you have a great microphone. In fact, there's a video that I did which goes through the gear and which type of microphone you need to use. Now, on this point on microphones, I went even more extreme because I wanted to make sure that the sound that comes out of my microphone was good so that my courses are engaging and easy to listen to. So this is why I went with this microphone. But of course, you don't really have to go with something this expensive. The microphones that are really within your reach are those USB microphones like the Blue Yeti. Very, very good microphone. In fact, I still have that one at home and I use it for some of my tutorials, but I bet you can't even tell the difference between the two. All right, so let's move on to the second thing, and that is when you create slides for your courses, do not populate your slides with a lot of text. That is very distracting and it just comes across like you're just reading off your slides. So why not just say it then? You know what I mean? So you need to have your slides that have information that relates to what you're talking about. So let's say you're talking about stress. Don't write a whole paragraph of, stress is blah, 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 but rather add some images that relate to what you're trying to say. That makes the slides more interesting. And as the slide is there, you can go ahead and talk about what it is about stress that you're talking about. So this is what makes your presentations much, 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 much better. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And this is screen recording. So let's say you are doing a demo or you're showing people, and whatever it is that you're showing is on your screen. You need to make sure that your text is large enough to read so that people can follow the mouse, because that can be very, very annoying. So one trick around that is when you set up your resolution on your computer, just make sure you set it to 1080p. So you may have maybe a 27-inch monitor similar to what I have there in the background. Now that monitor is a 27-inch, and if I put it at the maximum resolution, it's good for me to work on because I'm really close to it and I know pretty much where I'm going as I'm clicking. But when it comes to creating a tutorial where I'm showing people where I'm clicking, what I do is I change that resolution and I bring it down. In fact, I make it larger. So I would use like a 1080p. In fact, for my live streams, I've even gone down to using 1280 by 720. So the dimensions may not be exactly the same depending on the screen size, but you do want to make sure that you're recording at a higher, screen size where people can read your text. Okay, so moving on to the next one, and this is lighting. So if you're going to be on camera like how I am right now, if you don't have decent lighting, your course is not going to look that professional. So you want to make sure you invest, about $100, get yourself some LED lights, or, similar to a light that I have here, which basically illuminates me, and it's more comfortable. It looks a bit more, I would say, professional. So this is something that you want to invest in. Now, if you don't have lights, you may want to record your videos during the day where you have a window where natural light is coming in, and you are basically facing the natural light, and your laptop will be like in front of you. So in this case, let's say I want to use natural light for recording. I would make sure that my window is right here in front of me, and then my laptop is also in front of me, so that light is actually hitting me. What you want to do is to give the light your back where you're facing the other way, and you're recording. In fact, you just look dark. You'll see it. You'll know what I mean. So these are the tips that make your online course videos look professional. But bear in mind, you need to practice, practice, practice. The first time you're going to hear your voice, you're not going to like it. The first time you're going to see yourself on camera, you're not going to like it. So practice, 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 and don't try to be someone who you're not. And also when you speak, make sure you try to pronounce your words properly, because otherwise people won't be able to hear what you're trying to say. And this can be very, very frustrating. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. If you have any questions or you have any tips, please add your tips or questions in the video comments below. All right, guys, I'm out. See you soon. Take care.